pulling out.
And just pull something
Just
in.
try to pull them into the center line when the...
Oh, that was all broken. That's gonna go.
Yeah.
So is this.
But when they go, wonder if once they're on, we can like bend a piece around the outside, and hold them all in, you know. All right, what do we got here? The medieval torture device. So this thing is a compression strap for bending. So I had a friend visiting from Low Country Boat Building down in Charleston, and she showed up and saw a bunch of bent, cracked up frames and was like, "You tried bending with a compression strap?" And I was like, "You know what? I haven't, but I'm willing to try it." And so went on yeoldamazon.com, which I hate to do for obvious reasons now, and got this metal strapping. And you can see this is the length of the chunk of wood when we go to bend it. It's actually, I should even shorten this up a little bit. You can see I've got about a 1/4 inch here between the blocks. And so, I mean, that could even stand to be tighter. But what happens here when you bend it, the strap kind of backs up the wood on the outside of the bend and holds it in place. But what it really does is when you're bending oak like this, the outside fibers stretch and the inside fibers compress. And when the stretching happens, it's when you start to see things like this. Although you can see here that you've just got a bad knot in a bad spot. But here, you can see the fibers have started to pull out and come apart. And so what that compression strap does is it disallows the outside from getting any longer. So you can actually feel it when you go to bend these things. The outside comes up hard on these blocks and really wants to push it out, but it can't. So you're forcing all of the fibers to compress rather than to stretch. And so you're getting a better chance at something like this of a really nice curve with no breaks, no nothing. This one came out really nice. A couple of these came out really, really nicely. This again is a defect in the wood, but that strap made a huge difference. That and having nice green oak made a really huge difference. And a shout out to Jack McAuliffe up in Berwick for getting us some nice straight grained clear oak to do this with. But without that strap, even the best of oak would have a really hard time making this bend. The other thing that we've thought of doing, and we had success on this with the whaleboat, was making this twice as wide as it needs to be, bending it. When you're steam bending, usually you want your stock to be wider than it is thick. Otherwise it tends to want to roll over, curl, twist, something like that. So if we made them twice as wide, then you'd be working a lot harder to get the bend into it, but then you could rip them in half and you'd get 2 sets of frames, and they wouldn't be that drastically different 10 inches apart in the hull that you couldn't use them for the next frame base. So that was a thought as well. And then I just found the missing page from the regs online. Since this is a class boat and they race them and compete with them, they need to conform to class rules, and the class rules do allow for laminated frames. And so the Canadian boat has laminated ash, and ash is not a wood that you'd want to use in boats because it tends to rot. But okay, cue the YouTube comment section here. Waiting for this. So there's this heat-treated ash that they now use for decking, and so they thermally modify the wood itself, which makes it rot resistant, last a lot longer. So ash, which any boat builder knows, you would not use for decking on a house ever, because it would last about 1.5 years. This thermally heat-treated stuff will have a 30-year warranty on it, which is unbelievable. And so I'm wondering about laminating that for frames. However, I don't know, and this is the research I have to do that I'm sure someone's done is going to comment in the sections on, if the thermal heat treating has any adverse effects on the strength of the wood itself, the fibers and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm looking at all options, considering the difficulty we're having getting these oak frames to bend around here. So doesn't mean we're going to do it, just exploring options, that's all. But anyway, the missing page stated that you can laminate frames, which would have been, that was the one page that was missing from the whole thing. So hey, maybe we can do that, who knows. Maybe we'll get there. But if we were to do that, we'd laminate them right in place here, probably in 1/4 inch, 5 1/4 inch laminates, something like that. But even doing that is a messy process, and what you'd have to do if these were going to finish at 1.25 inches is you'd start with 1.5 inch stock, get a laminate up, and then you'd clean it up as best you could, run it through the planer to get it down to size and clean up the edges, and then put it back in place. But that is a potential option. However, oak doesn't laminate well. I guess G-Flex works pretty well with it, but generally speaking, white oak does not want to take epoxy, and so now you're into another question mark of what do you do them with? Do them locust now? Bend locust? I don't know. Do you steam it, bend it, and then laminate it? So many questions. The question on the table is, do I still have a materials wish list? And at this point, no, not really. I got a lot of calls. I've got locust, I've got this and that, which was great, and I appreciate it. Little knees, and I say little knees, locust knees or hackmatack knees, something like that. Apple even knees would be welcome, but aside from that, I think we pretty much have the material under wraps at this point. We talked about the keel last time? I think we did.
We talked about the keel
Great.
in the episode.
Okay. Actually, probably get at it. By this thing, so there you go. Now you can slide it. Very clear. Feel that tension on the block? It's trying to stretch. And the hard part is getting the upper parts inboard enough, Almost want to tie them together.
I'm not hearing any horrible sounds yet.
Shut up. That was a horrible sound, John.
You're talking.
You want one of these long ones?
Go right here.
Past the bench. Oh wait. Flip it over.
Ready?
Yep. Can you bend past the bench?
Come closer to the river. There you go. Okay.
Can you get by the bench?
I don't.
Going a little cattywampus here.
Yeah. This isn't tight on the ends. Yeah. Hold on, I got something here.
Ready for the next one?
Next one.
Long one.
See to move this fast.
Chasing a perp.
I had a dog, a gun,
Oh,
a
yeah.
truck. I didn't have to chase anything. So, there was a center line on this thing.
The line right here. Got it.
Should be a line on
Let's bend it like
three
this.
sides.
You want? Let me get past. Here, go to you a little bit. Okay.
You good?
There we go. Ready? Okay, that's good. Yeah, yeah, we'll be able to. This part of the boat, especially. It's not doing anything.
This is all gonna fall down here in a second. Oop. Oops.
You still get things like this, which the grain's lifting a little bit right at the hard point in the turn there. But if the band weren't there, I think that probably would have just given. You doing a short one?
Yep. Coming up.
The band would have just, or the. Johnny Lindsley on the spot. Hold on before you bend it. You on down there?
Wait.
You on?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard enough.
Look, Mom, a wagon wheel. This stuff doesn't want to do it. Going here.
All right. We got any clamps left?
Yeah, we got 3 or 4 here.
One One long one coming up.
It's a good opportunity for this. Ready? Okay.
Here.
Yep.
Tell you that initial bit. You gotta hit the next one in there, John, before you go too far. It's also nice. The band keeps it from blowing out in your face.
That's a comforting thought.
You know. Crazy how tight it gets, though, right? How much it wants to stretch.
Yeah. Well, the ones that we curved was probably what, a ½ inch difference
Yeah.
between the inside edge and the outside edge of it.
That long.
No, I have no idea what we want to do with this. Oh, there's one on the floor right over there, John.
Oh, wait.
I'm thinking you just hook onto the strong back itself. I think this is long enough.
If you want to just take the band.
Well, now we've done it.
How many of those straps are you rotating? Just two?
Just the two. That's all I bought material for. But if I were going to do it again, maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's a bad idea. Probably a bad idea overall, but
I think we can salvage this one.
I was going to take an old bandsaw band from the big bandsaw,
Oh, yeah.
tape up the teeth.
That's not, oh, that looks good.
You already got it. It's good tensile strength. Doesn't cost you anything.
Put that one back.
What could go wrong? Got to get this off anyway, so.
It's going to be just. All right, last one.
I don't know if we have any more of those. We could swap out. What we can do afterwards is
I'll go here.
a top side.
This way.
You in?
Oh, that's too much.
I got to go back to the river. There. Come on, John. Come on, John.
Well, I didn't have
Waiting on you, buddy.
here. Who's not marking this?
You're asking a lot. Oh, gee willikers, mister. This one's having a hard time.
Yep. Started cooling off, I think.
Oh, did you cut the gas off?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I'm running hot, so it balances out.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
Snappy snap.
Yeah. Your side or our side? That's your side.
That's our side.
Yeah. So you're doing it wrong.
Yep. Do we have anything?
This band can stay. you
Yeah,
know.
just leave it. Let it ease into this.
Get that part.
Is that long? It can be.
It's gonna be.
Jeez, guys.
Gonna be great. See if- That's right under the clamp, so maybe it'll relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, there was.
Fairing out the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look. Looks boat-like. I think the thing to do is to mill out a couple of long 20-foot, inch-and-a-half square bits, and then put a 1.25-inch block on the outside. We'll bend it around the top of the.
And just capture all the ends.
Yeah. We can take it off when we're bending, but we can put it back on, and it'll just hold them all in there.
How far below shear do you want?
I go down there somewhere. Just to have more leverage, but who knows? Who knows how much more steaming we're going to be doing? I guess all these, but these have pretty low looking success rate.
Yeah, so with the knots on the inside, possibly, but this is pretty much the B sides.
Gotcha.
They've all got something going on.
It's exciting to see something that looks like you could actually put planks on the outside of it, What we're doing here, Ian, is trying to see
How a plank would lay.
the planks are going to land on the frames
Yeah.
and how fair they are. If you saw this thing missing any or taking a big jump over one, then you'd know you'd had something out of fair. And there's a little bit of play as you build, but you don't want to be trying to do too much. But this is really looking for any inconsistencies, unfairnesses, whatever in the
Go up to this.
in the frame itself. Yeah, so I feel like those need to get clamped down. Even all right, so what I have here is the missing page of the hull construction regulations for this boat. And it says that frames may be steam bent, as in the ACI plans, which are the plans that we are building to, or laminated, comma, or sawn, comma, as in the DEFI plans, whatever that is, and the original artifact. So this tells me that the original boat in the museum in Dublin has sawn frames, which explains why the steam bending is such a struggle. And it makes me wonder what they were cutting them out of, if they were actual, compass timbers that they were cutting these thin frames out of, or if they somehow, I don't know how you cut that frame in that dimension with straight-ish lumber and have it be strong enough. But maybe that's what they were doing. Or maybe they had something like a live oak. You could kind of get away with it with a live oak, or you could potentially get away with it with an elm that doesn't split across the grain. So maybe that was the thing. I got you, John. Got it? Oh, got it.